Hi, Vika Miller here again, and today I want to talk about what I call Human Being 101. The essential stuff you need to know to make sense of what goes on between you and other people so that you can actually make a difference and start enjoying satisfying connections with others. Now, this also happens to be an overview of the basic principles of nonviolent communication, or NVC, because NVC offers the most lucid, powerful explanation of what goes on between human beings that I've seen in 41 years. The first thing that's essential to understand is that we are designed to thrive in our natural environment. And every species has its own ways to get to thriving. In NVC, we call these pathways needs. Plants need things like water, sunlight, a certain temperature range, soil, and carbon dioxide in order to thrive. Human beings need things like water, sunlight, a certain temperature range, belonging, mattering, touch, self-expression, and choice in order to thrive. Whether we're a plant or a human, if we don't get what we need to thrive, we wilt or get sick. For humans, when we don't get our needs met, we not only get sick physically, we get sick mentally and emotionally too. Here's one of the most important things to understand. The only thing any living thing is ever doing is trying to thrive. Thriving is the only game in town. Now, I'm going to tell you the secret to happiness. Hallelujah. It's thriving. When we're thriving, we feel happy. And the only way to get truly happy is to learn how to thrive. So, how do we do that? We learn what our needs are, and we build our skill at meeting those needs. Now, I don't know about you, but nobody ever told me what my needs were, and I certainly wasn't ever taught how to skillfully meet my needs. Oh, sure, we're taught that we need food, water, air, and shelter. But those things just keep us from dying. They won't make us thrive. They won't make us happy. In fact, I distinctly recall being taught that I shouldn't have any other needs than the ones that keep me from dying. Anything else is being weak or needy or selfish. What's crazy about this is that when any living thing doesn't get the basic things it needs to thrive, it gets physically stressed. And if it's a social species, it gets emotionally stressed too. Do you think it's any coincidence that stress is now acknowledged to be the #1 cause of disease and death? Stress is simply a euphemism for unmet needs for well-being and thriving. And if you look closer, you'll also find that these same unmet needs are the cause of all conflict and violence. We have a lot of experience with this through teaching NVC in prisons. Some of our prison students are serving life sentences for the most violent crimes of all. But it makes sense. If we need something in order to thrive as a living being, and we don't get it, our internal senses need to alert us that something's wrong. When we're hungry, when we feel pain from touching a hot stove, when we're lonely, those are all signals letting us know that something essential for our well-being is missing. What happens when you need food and you don't get it? Yeah, you get cranky. And if you go without food for too long, you get pushy. And if you're on the verge of starvation, you might act with violence in order to get food for yourself or your children. The same exact thing is true for other human needs, including our needs for touch, belonging, self-expression, choice, and so on. Our feelings, including our physical symptoms, are guides letting us know whether our well-being is increasing or diminishing. Our negative feelings and physical sensations are announcing unmet needs. And our positive feelings and physical capacities announce met needs. So, the next time you're frustrated or annoyed or hurt or sad or scared in response to something someone has done, now you know. You have important needs that are going unmet. And if you're upset about it, you know that that need has gone unmet for a long time. Be sure to watch my broken toe video for more about the extra pain we feel from long unmet needs. All human conflict, including fights over which way the toilet paper rolls off the roll, arise when we have legitimate unmet needs. And usually what we really need hasn't been identified yet. For example, a fight about the toilet paper is more likely to be about a need to matter or be considered. We also get into conflict when we feel that someone's holding us responsible for an unmet need they have that we feel isn't our responsibility. In my next video, we take a deeper look into this territory and look at the most controversial questions that have the power to utterly transform our relationships. Who is responsible for our unmet needs? Am I responsible for yours? Are you responsible for mine? What about blame? How do we work all this out? There is a way that provides clarity, integrity, peace, security, and a sense of fulfillment, joy, and communion that you may have only dreamed of. Stay tuned for my next video to learn more. In the meantime, click on the link below if you'd like to get a copy of the 12 Essential Human Needs, also known as the 12 Pathways to Human Thriving. Thanks for joining me today. Bye for now.